And we are live. God help us all. Live. Hello, everyone. This is session 1 of the Blue Rose game, A Serenade in Silver. And I'm just going to quickly ask my 3 players to introduce themselves and their characters. And I'm just going to literally do it left to right as I see them on the screen. So, Becky, please.
Hi, I'm Becky Rose, Dungeon Girl. Please feel free to come check out my channel. But in the meantime, I should be playing Arslan, a steppe rider, so a horseback tribeswoman who's come to the city and been making her living as a stable hand in one of the big houses.
Okie dokie. And Jenny?
Okay, so my name is the Rogue DM, and I am playing Denzel Martolone, who is a bounty hunter, initially attempting to avenge his father after some rather awful criminals killed him while he was in action, but he is also in the area, presumably looking for leads, gather information, that kind of thing.
Okay, and Phil?
Good evening. I'm playing Joseph Kovacs. I'm a adept escaping from my native country of Kern, and just on the run from the Lich Lord.
Okay, and for all those playing at home, we find ourselves in the city of Aldis, which is the capital city of the country of Aldis. Yes, I know, not exactly the most well-known of names, but you know, there we go. It is the 25th day of the month of Athlon, and it is the 5th day, known as Tail Day. Each week has 6 days in it. And it's exactly 1 week before the summer solstice, which is the first day of the month of Morinel. And given that it's a week to go before the summer solstice, Aldis is starting to fill up with traders and various market stalls and circuses and showfolk, all getting ready for the big celebration 1 week from today. So you find yourselves, Tail Day is essentially, if you want to look at it, our Saturday. So it's fairly big. Lot of merchants. And it's busy time. What is everyone doing? It is first thing in the morning, roughly 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. What is everyone doing? I'll go left to right. So Becky, what are you up to?
Well, it's first thing in the morning, so I'm mucking out the stables and I hate the fact that I have to work on the Saturday morning, and this is not my favorite day of the week. It's just, I should be out shopping or something. My life has gone wrong. I'm shoveling shit, literally. My life has gone wrong.
From shoveling shit to, yes. Jenny.
Okay, so about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, Saturday. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter about the day of the week for Denzel, since bad people and criminals never rest. So he will have probably been up pretty late last night, having a few drinks, trying to get to know people, learn more about the ways of people here. He's not that familiar with Aldis, really. He's been here a few times, but he's trying to make himself more of a local. It's sort of growing on a bit. So he would just be getting up by this point, actually. He would have just given himself a quick wash, go down to get some breakfast of some kind.
he will, as you've been here a couple of weeks, he will undoubtedly have heard of the Silence, which is the major criminal organization that runs in this city. Their members are very hush-hush name, which kind of gives them their name. And they have their fingers in a fair amount of pies. So it's possible you've been looking at information there, especially given your sort of main drive, because people within that organization may very well have information that you require. Who knows? Phil?
Right, Joseph is just, he's going to look for work, but he's just wandering around at the moment, just looking at the city. He's totally amazed because it's the complete opposite to Sarn, where he grew up.
Okay. Right. As I say, it is market day. There are a fair amount of stalls. There has been talk that several nobles from some of the bigger cities, from the outlying regions of Aldis, have arrived. One assumes for the summer solstice. It's a major festival. Plenty of opportunities for the inspired. I will deal with Jenny first on this one.
All right.
Where are you exactly staying at the moment? Are you staying in an inn, or are you dotting on the streets, or?
Well, for now I'd be staying in an inn, but nothing too fancy.
Okay. I hate using this inn thing, but it's as good a way to go in as any. There's a knock on your bedroom door. Nothing sharp, just a gentle rap.
Okay. I just go up to the door, slowly open it.
You see a young man. He's dressed in. I mean, he's dressed in robes. He's not dressed in any sort of armor. He takes one look at you and asks, am I speaking to Denzel Martellini?
So Denzel will have a sort of slightly dirty cloth in his hand that has been used to sort of dry his face after shaving. And he says, yes.
Then I am required to give this to you. Hand you a letter. You notice it has the royal seal upon it.
What's all this about?
I am merely asked to deliver letters. I do not know of their contents.
Okay. Well, you've done your job, and he reaches into his pocket and gives the kid a penny.
Thank you. He leaves.
Okay, I close the door and immediately start opening it.
Okay.
This is quite unusual.
It's a flimsy wax seal. It's not. You get the feeling you get the feeling it's not one of these, definite royal assent things. It's one of those quick fire ones that maybe some underling might use to just stamp a letter and off it goes. It is an invitation. You are invited to attend the offices of the Sovereign's Finest at noon today.
Okay.
You are asked to report to a Captain Gregor Houseman.
Okay, I'm assuming this is in the area, right? This is feasible for me to go to.
Yes.
Okay. Right. He sort of reads it through a couple more times, takes a look outside, realizes that it's sort of getting on a bit in terms of time. So what he's going to do, he'll probably like take a little walk around the town, and then sort of go and meet this Gregor fellow.
Okay. Becky.
Yes.
Shoveling shit, because let's face it, you know, it's a horse life.
Gallop through the horse jokes quickly. Come on.
I'm not going to go near the horse jokes. We're not going to be here long enough for the horse jokes to really, you know, take any offences on.
Oh, that's a shame. You give me such a long face over that.
I know, but I will neatly go over this hurdle and head straight into the.
You're not going to be at this for long, are you?
No, not for long. Oh God, it's bad puns. Next time someone accuses me of bad puns, I'm going to show them this and say I'm not the worst. If it was a grand national event, oh God, it gets worse. Right. You similarly see at the opening of the stable, you see a young man dressed in robes staring at you.
What are you doing? You're not up to the horses, are you? Who are you? Why are you here?
You are Arslan?
Yes.
Yes. I have been asked to deliver this to you.
But I'm covered in shit. This is for this afternoon.
Then I suppose a quick bath would be
I
in
haven't got
order.
anything to wear. Right. Okay. Well, the master of the house won't be happy. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. So what I do is I'm going to quickly go home, clean up, put on national costume for my people because it's the only thing I've got that's smart to wear.
Okay.
Borrow one of the horses and ride there on that. So I'm borrowing one of my master's horses.
Yeah, it won't take long to get there.
It's about the entrance there and keeping up appearances. It's a royal summons.
Okay, Phil.
Yeah.
Where are you at the moment?
Just wandering the market, just soaking up the atmosphere of the town because it's so different from me. Just
yes.
Talking to myself.
You feel the back of the hairs on the back of your neck sort of prickle slightly. As you see two guardsmen, one on either flanking you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I spin round in surprise and take a step back.
So we have reason to believe that you have secreted items upon your person.
I look amazed and I just look to my side and say, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I think it's best you come along with us, sir. You clearly we need to discuss your transgressions.
I've not made any transgressions. I'm sorry, I really don't know what you're talking about.
They make a point of sort of taking you by the arm and leading you.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yep, fair enough. I don't know.
Okay. Right. I'm going to speed it up slightly, and sure enough, everyone, there is a small waiting area, an antechamber. Jenny, you have arrived first. You're sitting waiting when Becky, your character, enters.
So I enter in the brightly coloured cloths and patterns of my sort of people's traditional dress, and obviously I see Jenny's character. I'm a bit out of place in this whole thing. It's a little overwhelming because I'm not normally in the reception side of big houses. Although I work in a big house, I'm usually work in the stable.
At least a stable employment.
Yes.
So, well, Denzel's just sort of sitting quite bored. He's sort of hunched over like this, his legs wide open with his hands down. So he just sort of looks up at Arslan and says, well, actually, no, he doesn't really say anything. He just sort of grunts gently and moves up a little in order for Arslan to sit down.
I uncomfortably sit down and say, You summoned me here, Captain?
Me? No.
I have a letter.
Oh, well, I got the same letter, and I'm one of the guests, just like you.
Oh, right, you're not the captain.
No, my lady, I'm not a captain.
Right.
My father was, though.
Oh, you're the son of the captain, so this is your house?
No, I'm not from here. I of a captain, but not this captain.
I see. That must be very nice. I don't know why I'm here.
Almost on cue as you say that, the door opens, and an older man in his 50s, well built but looking somewhat haggard, looks out at both of you and says, "Come in then."
As you wish.
Come on.
As you wish, as I say, mimicking the native.
Right, just waiting on one more. You arrive, Phil, at the at what you think is possibly spending time in the cells, but instead of taking you to where you assume the sort of dungeon, maybe the cell area is, they take you upstairs and through an antechamber. It's quite plush, and into an office where you see these two fine people. And also, you see the well-built man in his 50s. And our third. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Don't worry, you're not in any. You're not in any trouble.
Oh, I mean,
well, I should hope not, considering my role.
I apologise for the summons and your apprehension.
Yes, I'm very apprehensive.
It's very, very nerve-wracking.
Yes.
Where I come from, if the guards come for you, that's it.
Well, it's the fact that it's the fact of where you come from, which rather, let's just say, put put you here along with your compatriots here? Let me explain myself. I am Captain Houseman. I am the captain for the Sovereign's Finest. We have a small matter, an interesting errand. It is, however, of a very delicate nature, and as such, I would rather it be approached more subtly, rather than using known members of the Sovereign's Finest. I've sought to outsource. Hence why the three of you are here.
I see. And what is it that you would like us to do?
In essence, I'd like you to find a music box.
A music
box?
Yes. Next week, on the evening of the summer solstice, there is to be a large motorbike. There is to be a marriage, a union between two powerful families from the city of Verdaunen. Verdaunen, for those looking at maps, Verdaunen is in the northeast region and is very close to the Kern border. The marriage will bring two of the most influential and powerful families of that region together. The problem is that one of the spouses had an intricate silver music box made as a wedding gift. It has been stolen. I would like you to find the thieves.
Well, just very kind of you to offer me work.
Find the thieves or find the music box?
If I might be so bold, sir, this is a very odd task for someone like me. I normally hunt down the thieves themselves rather than what they steal. I'm not an antiquator of any kind.
You will be given a very specific description of the music box. It is very it is a one of a kind. Beautifully engraved and adorned.
Well, I've just come from the north. I suppose I could go all the way back again.
Well, who was it stolen from? Where was it stolen? And facts. I suppose that would matter.
The marriage is between Jonas Marchand and Callum DL. It is Callum who has had this box made to give to his soon-to-be husband, and it is from Callum that the box has been stolen.
And where does this Callum live?
He is, at the moment, living with or staying at the mansion of Lord Matthias Sylvan, who's a cousin who lives in our city, and it was stolen from the mansion. I'd like you to pick up the trail from there. find the thieves, find the box, and return it in time for the summer solstice wedding.
How long ago was it stolen?
It was stolen in the early hours of this morning.
More to the point, the summer solstice is not very far away.
You have 6 days.
Yep.
And they have something like a 6-hour head start.
Why do you think they've run north?
Easier.
We don't. We are rather hoping that it doesn't come to that. However, if it does turn out that they have headed back to, the thieves have headed back to Verdun or in that area, we will need someone who knows the area, or near enough it. We also need someone who is good with horses, as there may be a long cross-country trek involved. And of course, we need someone who can actually hunt people down.
Well, I suppose I'm good with horses.
Yes, your master has been exceptional in telling us your ability. That's why you were brought.
I come from horse people.
Of course.
I'm not very good at riding.
I'm sure you'll learn fast.
It's not as hard as it looks. You'll get
As an incentive,
Scared of horses.
Amongst my people, children ride. I will show you how children ride.
They're awfully big. We don't see many horses in Kern. A bit frightening.
as an incentive, should you complete this task, you will be rewarded handsomely. And more importantly, you will earn the Queen's favour.
Well, as I said, a little bit out of my league, as it were, but I'm happy to hunt down some thieves for you.
We've heard that you are wonderfully single-minded in your pursuit of wrongdoers.
Well, yes, I prefer to work alone. I am happy to work with these two if they can keep up. It will not simply be a nice amble to the north. If they've got a 6-hour head start already, then we need to be fast.
I think you might be heading off in the wrong direction if it was stolen from the mansion. We must first learn who has stolen it.
We are still hoping that the box may very well still be in the city. In which case, this will be a very short trek and will be a very quick reward for you all. However, there are people from Verdun who would very much like to see this marriage not go ahead, I'm sure. And over the border in Cairn, they would certainly not like to see this marriage go ahead.
Those are the people most likely to have stolen it.
We assume.
And if they were to steal it, by what process would they be likely to do it?
As far as we are aware, there was no attempted break-in. The theory is someone within the household has procured it. However, if we, as a Sovereign's finest, go in and we make a big scene, it could cause diplomatic problems with our friends in Vardanen. We would like to avoid that. Hence why I've come to you.
Well, it seems fairly straightforward then. We go to the house and we find the person that that was in on it, and we get the information from them.
I agree.
That's what I like. Nice, straightforward, simple, direct. I knew I'd picked the right people. Well, don't let me detain you.
Where
But
is it?
you can't. I haven't committed a crime.
I get up and nod, and I say I will show myself out. Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll find the Sylvan Mansion to the north of the city.
Okay, I leave too.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ride back to my house and get my other gear, because it feels more like an adventure and a trek. So when I left my peoples, my tribe, I took various stuff, and I'm gonna get that stuff.
Okay. Anyone picking up anything from their abodes?
I've got everything with me because I haven't gotten a boat yet. I've just got it here.
Yeah, I would. I'll go back to my room in the inn and change into something a bit more suitable since he put on his smartest clothes. So, you'll notice that he's got a lot more weapons on him now, more armor as well.
Okay.
Various other things. His favorite wine sack as well.
Okay. 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 Where to?
Oh, well, to this mansion. After I picked up my stuff, I ride to the mansion. I've still got one of my master's horses.
Yeah, you get the impression that maybe maybe your well, I hate using the word master, employer has maybe had a few coins stuffed in his hand to say, just let her have the horse. Because no, it's not as if he's making any attempt to stop you.
Yeah, I mean, I already got the impression that my master had been my employer had been consulted in this, so because he recommended me. So.
And if Becky's riding, I would probably have just walked with Jenny.
Okay.
So we get to the house.
Yep. It is a large sort of palatial mansion, large by mansion standards. You know, it's not exactly, you know, multi-storied or anything. It's 4 stories.
Okay. Stable horse and should we knock the main door or the workers' entrance?
I'm sure there will be someone at the door who can point in the right direction.
Yes, I'll bow to your knowledge on this. I've no experience of large houses at all.
Well, normally a servant or a footman answers, so maybe I will ask them if you are not comfortable.
No, not through this door.
Okay, so I look, if there's like a smaller door within this door, then I knock on that. If not, I look for some kind of bell to ring, that kind of thing.
Okay. There's a small bell.
Okay, in that case, I ring it.
Okay.
Flat out.
After a few moments, door opens. Yes.
I'm assuming it's a servant of some kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are you?
Greetings, good sir. We are on business for Callum and his music box.
Oh, come in.
Many thanks.
Master Callum, I believe the minstrels have arrived.
No, not. We're not minstrels.
Come in. You see a young man heading towards the door. Short raven hair, slender features, very well dressed in fine robes. He doesn't, however, greet you with any sort of smile. He looks bereft. Yes. Come with me. Thank you, Simmons. You are truly remarkable. Please come with me.
Yes, I'm afraid I tried to explain to your servant that we are not minstrels, unfortunately, if that's what you were expecting.
No, I am. My father did speak to a Captain Houseman this morning. He said that there would be representatives coming.
Yes, I have this letter. You see Captain Houseman. Yes.
Come. Come with me. He takes you up 2 flights. And along partway along across down a hallway. This is my room. As you can see, there doesn't appear to have been any attempt at, well, no attempt at tampering that I can see. Although, to my shame, I locked the door, I know, but I know that I have been forgetful at times in locking the doors. I do not know whether I locked the door that last I left it or not. He enters the bedroom. It's quite plush. A lot of silk in the bedding and sheets and curtains and so on. He goes over to a small chest. This chest was locked. That I do know. And I had it hidden in the bottom drawer of this study desk. It contained the music box. You see tears start to stream down his eyes. It was everything, my heart and soul.
No, it was a music box.
Who knew it was here? Did anyone? Was it a secret it was here, or did everybody know it was?
My father knew about it, of course. My cousin, Lord Sylvan, I did show him the box. I confess that at times I may have shown the box to him without fully acknowledging the existence of the house servants. They may have seen the box, I do not know.
Right.
You believe it was the servants, but surely it is less likely they have no need for music in a box.
I'm assuming this music box is very valuable, given it is one of a kind.
It is if you are looking at it purely in terms of its wealth, it is priceless. Well, a price beyond rupees. In terms of its personal value to me, it is truly priceless.
Do you have any new servants that have started recently?
I have no idea if my cousin has newer servants here. We have been here a week. My betrothed arrives the day before the wedding. I would very much like the box returned so I may present it to him at our ceremony.
Okay.
It is elaborately engraved. It has upon the box. I'm just trying to find the description because I did write the description. I wrote a huge description for this. It has images of the two gods, Braniel and Hyathus, the great lovers. It also has both the Marchland and my own family crest.
So it's very distinctive.
The song that it plays is the ballad of Braniel and Hephaestus. Their love, an echo of our own.
That really is quite elaborate.
You can see him very close to tears at this point. He's just, it almost looks as if he's about to just drop.
I put my hand on his shoulder and say, I know this must be difficult for you, Callum, but we need you to keep calm in order to try and relay as much information to us as possible. Because if it does come down to the fact that the perpetrators did not come in through any other way, say for example a window, and you did lock your door, then that would mean that someone else had a key.
Or a hidden entrance to this room.
Yes, I had also thought of that. Would we be allowed to search your room?
You may do all as an if it will help in the recovery of the box. You may do as you see fit and need to.
Okay. I'm going to go to the windows first.
Do you wish me to remain here or?
When did you put the box in the other box with the lock? Into the chest with the drawers? When did you last see the box?
I remember I showed the box to my cousin. It must have been just after dinner last night. And then I locked the music box in the chest and placed the chest in the study desk drawer.
And what room did you show him the box in?
I believe it was the dining room, much to my shame.
Which would have been cleared up at the time by servants, so everyone will have seen it and known about it. So,
as I say, I am sometimes guilty of not seeing servants.
How many keys would there be for the chest?
There is only one key for the chest, and I have it.
And how about your door?
I had a key for the door. There may be others. I admit that I have not. You must forgive me.
It's understandable. Please do sit down if you like.
You see him going to the edge of the bed and sort of not so much sitting as collapsing.
If there are other keys, then we must have a chat to those who keep it on their person.
Do you ever leave the key for the chest anywhere, or is it always on your person?
He lifts. He goes down into the tunic and lifts out and shows you that the key is attached to a chain.
Do you ever take it off?
Yes, perhaps before bed or bathing.
Or bathing, yes.
Only to bathe.
Do you have a body servant at that point, or?
No, I prefer to bathe in private.
I know this may be getting quite sort of detailed and personal, but I'd very much like to see where you bathe, where you put the key, how long you stayed in there, at what time.
Okay. You wish to see this now?
Did you bathe between showing your cousin the box and it going missing?
Yes.
Well, then we must
Yes.
see it.
You wish to see it now?
Please.
Yes, that would be a good starting point.
Okay. He leaves the room. I assume you're following him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He goes 2 doors down the hall, and it is a small bathing bathroom.
Okay. As we all leave the bedroom, I observe if he locks the door behind him, because if he hasn't, that implies that out of habit he wouldn't have done so either of going to the bathroom.
He does not.
Okay. In that case, just before he goes into the bathroom, I ask him, or I said to him, that was quite interesting. I noticed that you did not lock your door. Would it perhaps have been the same when coming here at the aforementioned time?
I do not know. I may have locked it. I'm sure I locked it.
It just seems to make sense, really. If the thieves could obtain the key from you if you left it somewhere, they could very quickly nip back to your room, take the box, and run out. The only thing is they would obviously have to return the key, which would be more difficult. But anyway, I am speculating, please.
He takes you to the bathing area. It's a small bathroom. It's very ornate. A lot of pearl and marble. Quite ornate. Quite self-contained as well. There is no window.
Do you ever fall asleep in the bath while bathing?
No, I am I bathe to get clean. Once I am clean, I leave the bath.
Well, I'll search this room anyway.
Okay, I need to know now, are you giving it the quick once over, or are you doing a sort of fingertip search of the place?
Does it? It's not a big room. Does it look like there's much in the room, or?
I mean, there's a couple of shelves where you reckon there's various sort of ointments and lotions and so on.
Mhm.
Okay.
Where do you put the key when
And
you bathe?
he shows you there's a small tray. You assume it's the kind of tray where someone might put soap, a
Okay.
bar of soap next to it, and he sort of puts it there.
Okay, and is that tray near the door?
Everything's pretty near the door. It's a fairly small bathroom. It could, if you're asking, could anyone nip in and grab it without too much, it's possible.
Which way do you face when you bath?
It tells you he faces towards the tap, which, from the way you're looking, is with his back to the door.
Okay. So I say to Calm, this may sound rather bizarre, but I am wondering, would I be able to run the bath for a moment?
You are free to do anything that you feel will help.
And also, may I borrow your key in the way that you would put it onto this little saucer?
Okay.
So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the bath running so there's the noise.
Right.
Because I'm thinking, well, if you're sitting in a bath, unless you're very sort of thinking about other things and are miles away, or if you're asleep, then you're probably going to hear things. So I'm going to put this chain with the key on the saucer, and then I'm going to lift it off. And I say to the others, can you hear that happening? And I sort of do it a couple of times, because I'm assuming it would jingle, I bet.
I would say that you can hear it, but only because you're specifically being asked to listen for it.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of noise. If you weren't listening for it, you might not hear it.
Okay, so I nod and turn the taps off, and I say that could have very easily been taken if you had already placed the key down and your back was turned.
So anyone else? So is anyone searching here? Anyone looking at particular areas?
Yeah, I'll search the room if I can, please.
Search the room. Are you giving it the once over, or are you taking your time?
It's going to need a proper search, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to help.
Okay, so you're taking your time, in which case you can take a 20. And which basically means you're going to do it anyway. You can take a 10 actually, rather than have to roll for it. If you were trying to do it the one over, I would get you to roll for it. But if you're taking your time, then there's no need to roll. You're going to succeed anyway. So nothing particularly stands out until you get to the door. And it's almost, I mean, if you had been doing the once over, you would never have seen it, unless you get really lucky. But the fact that you're not, you've been sort of looking, almost fingertip searching around the door and everything, you do notice scratches around the lock. They're very small, and there are a couple of other scratches, but these ones look quite fresh. It's possible some of the other scratches have maybe come from someone mishitting a key. You know, thinking that they're getting the key into the hole and just missing it. But there are a couple of scratches around the lock of the door, which look very recent.
So, who could have observed you getting to the bathroom?
I do have I do tend to take my bath at the same time every day.
Okay, so
I am a creature of habit.
So who would be at, who would know that you'd be in the bath, or who would, even if they didn't know your routine, who would have been able to observe that? So who else is on this floor? What servants are on this floor? What other people stay in this part of the house?
The main servants, the one that tends to be on this floor is one of the housemaids, Yana Magellan.
Okay, and what about people who live in the house? Who would they know that you're a creature of routine?
My father certainly. My father certainly. My cousin. I suppose if one servant knew of my routine, then
You'd only been here a week,
possible.
So,
well, my father certainly. My cousin more than likely.
Let's go talk to this housemaid to begin with, I think.
Well, I'd like to go back and search the room, if you don't mind, your bedroom.
Very well.
So I'll go back and give that a thorough search if I can.
Same question again. Is it the quick once over, or are you doing the fingertip search?
Proper fingertip search. It's proper.
Right, that's going to take you a while.
Mhm.
Because you're going to have to take a 20 on it. It's going to take you a while, so I will leave you to the room. Unless you guys are helping him search the room with him, or are you going to look for the and talk to the housemaid?
I'd like to talk to the housemaid.
Okay.
Sorry. Making noise.
That's really bad, actually.
Jenny?
Sorry, I was distracted by Kitty. Yeah, I'll go and sort of lurk as Aslan is doing that, just to see if I can read anything that they aren't telling us.
Okay. I wonder, would gather information cover that?
I'm assuming it would.
I am going to quickly check to see if gather information will do that, because if so...
That is one of my known skills.
Yeah.
Although if it was just simply reading people, it would be sense motive, which is only a favoured skill of mine.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll let you roll it, but it's going to be a slightly higher difficulty because sense motive would probably be the more accurate one.
Oh, okay.
But I'll let you roll it.
Ta-da! 19.
You rolled 19.
Yep, unless I add anything to it or anything like that.
You should have a controlling. Each skill has a controlling attribute on it.
Oh, I see. So, gather information, I'm assuming, is wisdom or intelligence?
I'll have a go again. Here we go. Looking because we want to. Looking because we want to. Charisma.
Oh, okay. In
There you
that case,
go.
it's 21. Even
There
better.
you go. Yeah, that's yeah. As they're talking, you get the real sense from the staff that they're really something's off.
Okay.
There does seem to be a fair amount of worry. Right, Becky. You see the old footman again, Simmons.
Yes.
May I help you?
Well, I wasn't looking for you, no. I was looking for the maid who... What was her name? Yasmin something?
Yanna?
Yana. Yes, Yana.
I would make two of us.
I'm sorry, I didn't follow. Sorry, you would... What?
Yana was meant to be here at 8 o'clock this morning. She has not arrived.
Right, and where does she live?
She lives in the very north of the town in the poor area. I could give you an address.
Yes, please, and tell my friends I'm heading there now.
Okay. I will tell them that the strange woman is heading to the poor woman's house.
Yes, you do that. And, yeah, I'm gonna ride over straight away. No time to lose.
Okay. I will get back to you momentarily, Becky. Back to you, Jenny.
Excuse me. Yep.
Now, were you observing that conversation, or are you just trying to get a general feel of the place?
I was to be honest, I was going to say that I was, but I wouldn't be like kind of right in their faces about it.
Right. You're hearing the sort of local chit chatter. You're listening to some of the other housemates.
Mm-hmm.
And they say it's not like her. She's usually here every shift. Every day she's here.
Well, not sign up, but I sort of slowly make my way over, and I say, I couldn't help but overhear. Is someone, a colleague of yours, missing?
Yana. Usually she's here on every day. 8 bells, 8 o'clock in the morning.
And she still isn't here.
It's so unlike her. She's such a conscientious worker.
Can I ask out of character what time it would be now?
It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. How long is her shift normally today?
Usually she's here till 6 in the evening. Though we did have a late night last night.
And does that mean anything?
There was a small dinner party.
Oh.
Most of the staff stayed on a little while longer. Helped clear up.
Oh, I see. So you were working as opposed to taking part in the dinner party.
Yeah, I did. I'm very flattered, sir, that you think that a young lady like myself, below the stairs and all that, would be invited to such a event. But no.
Well, I just meant, I was wondering if you and the rest of your colleagues had some kind of independent event. I didn't mean specifically a dinner party for your masters or anything like that.
Oh no! It was Lord Sylvan was determined to show off his cousin and his uncle to the some of the finer houses of here in Aldis prior to
And
the wedding.
what was Yana doing during this rather late shift of yours?
Like most of us, we were moving courses back and forward, taking plates away. It was all very, very higgledy-piggledy.
In that you were not very organised?
Usually Lord Sylvan does give us plenty of notice in these things, but this was rather spur of the moment. Meaning no offence to the Lord, he's an exceptionally good employer, but it was rather last minute.
I see. And did Yana have a specific role, or did she do a bit of everything?
Did what was needed when required. A bit like us all, really. I think the only person who had the designated job was cook.
Ah. Did she act any differently to usual? Was there any point where she disappeared or just didn't act the way you would think she would? You seem to know her quite well, considering she would never miss her shift, as you say.
If not to speak ill, but we were so busy last night. There were periods when I did not see her. I admit. It is not to say that she was not there, only that I did not see her. I was so busy.
Okay. And when you were cleaning up at the end, was she there with you, or had she perhaps disappeared off early?
Oh no, she was definitely with us. I know she was with us. Yes, no, definitely with us. I think she left. Yeah, she left about 10 o'clock. I'm sure.
So that would have given her ample time to get a bit of sleep and then turn up on time today.
Yes.
And again, when you were cleaning up, since as I have heard, you're obviously not around your masters at that point, so perhaps the atmosphere for you working was a bit more relaxed. Would you have noticed anything unusual about her? Did she open up to anything?
To be honest, if I may be so bold, we were all fairly knackered.
That is to be expected. I'm sure you were.
I think we were all just waiting to go home.
I see. So, from what you said, her leaving at 10 o'clock, I'm assuming that the rest of you stayed on a little longer?
Not much longer. I don't think I was there more than 50 minutes after. Apart from Simmons and Cook, none of us are living.
All right. Well, thank you. You've been very helpful indeed.
I hope I have. And we'll go back to the bedroom. Philip, I'm here to take you to the bedroom. It's nearly 9:30. It's time for the bedroom. Right, you have been searching. The door seems perfectly fine. The lock on the chest, however, has scratches on it.
Okay. Similar sort of thing to the bathroom door?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the only thing I find.
It's the only thing that really seems out of place. The window doesn't look like it's been opened in years.
Okay.
In fact, to be honest, you get the distinct impression that there hasn't been much dusting going on. The whole place looks like it had a complete dust over just before the guy arrived. It's one of those rooms you reckon that isn't really used unless there's guests.
Okay. Okay. If there's if there's nothing else for me to find, then I will try and track down the other two and relay that information to them.
Okay. You go downstairs and you find Denzel.
Oh, hello, Joseph.
Hello. There's a similar sort of scratches on the chest. There's nothing else in the room relevant that I could find. Looks like someone has picked the lock.
So same sort of scratches on the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I've just been talking to the servants. There's apparently a maid who hasn't turned up for her shift today. Although she was here last night. I'm hoping to talk to Simmons and one of the others who were apparently there last night and may have noticed her acting a bit unusual.
Okay.
Speaking of, you do see Simmons sort of lumbering around, looking. I mean, it's even to the point where he seems to be walking with a slightly sort of bowed back, sort of hunched shoulders, like the weight of the world is on him.
Okay. I go up to him and give him a manly but fairly gentle slap on the back. Say, "Oh, Simmons, my man."
It's the minstrel. Yes. How can I help you? Wait. Message for your. The strange woman. Your compatriot has went to find my maid. I gave her the address.
Are we talking about Yana? Because I was hoping to talk to you about her as well.
Yes, Yana. Yes. That's the name. Yes.
I hear that there was a little dinner party last night that you were all working at.
Yes, there was. Yes, very much, yes.
And Yana was also there last night.
Yes, I believe she was. Yes, we all worked very hard.
Did you see her disappear at any point during her shift? Or act unusual?
Oh, linen. She
Sorry?
did take some bed linen up. Yes, something
Bed
like
linen?
that.
That's a little odd considering she was serving food.
Well, it wasn't while she was serving food. That would have been most improper, her carrying around a sorbet on a sheet of linen.
So when did she take up some bed linen and where did she take it to?
Just before she left. Yes.
So
Just before she left.
what time would that have been?
That would have been just before. Oh, Yes, I heard the church clock strike 10 about 5 minutes after she came back down. So yeah, just before 10 o'clock. Yes.
Okay. And where should you take this linen to?
Upstairs.
Yes, but where upstairs? There are plenty of places to take linen upstairs, Simmons.
I didn't ask her. I assumed it was a request by one of the guests.
Has she been with the household long?
She's been with us for about a year.
And do you know where she's from?
I know she comes from the north of the town. Father's some sort of labourer.
Oh, she comes from Aldis City then.
Yes. She's a very nice young girl. Would there be anything else?
No, I think that will be all, thank you.
Very good. Very good. You, sir, yes, don't run in here.
I take Joseph aside and say, well, let's hope Oslin finds this girl.
Well, yes. We better follow the horsey lady and
we're getting closer. If she took up linen, as it were, she could have very easily gone and nicked that key. In which case, we need to find out what time Callum has his bath. If it's just before 10 o'clock, then we have a lead.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so I'm going to nip back up to see Callum.
Okay. He's actually heading back down the stairs as you're heading up. Progress?
Callum, yes, quite possibly. We have quite a pivotal question to ask you, actually.
Okay.
At what time do you bathe?
Yeah, I tend to bathe at just after 9.
Just after 9. And how long do you stay away from your bedroom? I'm assuming you sort of take your time, relax, and quite leisurely about the whole thing.
Well, usually I bathe and then go straight to bed. However, Matthias was rather insistent that I come down for a pipe. So I didn't go back to my room after my bath. I dressed in a robe and went straight to the smoking room.
I see. Yes, well, I think we may have pinpointed a suspect, and our companion is in fact going to try and find them now at their home.
Okay. And speaking of the companion, I'm not quite sure which piece of music I should have as the horse is galloping on. I'm stuck. I'm stuck between the William Tell overture and Benny Hill theme.
No, I've got some really generic, cheesy classical music that doesn't quite fit the scene in mind.
Look at my horse.
Anyway, yes, to the north of the town. Aldis is built on a sort of series of kind of circles. The inner circle being the very richest, and then sort of the classes coming more out as you head outside. By the time you get to the as you get to the sort of edge of the city, you're starting to look at the sort of working class.
Yeah.
Verging on the underclass. Not that there really is an underclass in Aldis, but if such a thing existed, here it is, folks. The address you were given, it's fairly easy to find. Place is quite well signposted. The street is quite quiet, which is unusual given its tail day. You can only assume that maybe everyone's been going to the center of the city to sort of see all the sort of show and circus and sort of cabaret and traders that have all sort of congregated into the center square. And maybe that's why the streets are a little quiet. You arrive at the door. As you knock on the door, it opens with a creak.
The maid. I'm here to see the maid.
No, no one's opened it. Just as you knocked at the
see.
door, it opened.
Oh, I see. Right.
No force required. The opening is opened just by you knocking.
I shove it open fully with my foot.
Okay. You see 3 people around a small table. Breakfast table, one assumes.
Are they men or women?
1 man, 2 women, throat slit.
Okay, I walk in. So obviously they're dead.
Just yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have a look at the hands. Now, a maid would have clean fingernails, which might be unusual here. So, does one of these have clean fingernails?
Yes, the younger one.
Okay. I'm gonna. Right, I'm gonna go to a neighbor's house.
Okay.
Are there any houses which have good view of the entrance to this house?
Well, it is. I mean, it's a sort of typical street, so there are houses directly across.
Okay, so I'll start with Actually, I'm just going to go to all the houses in turn that have a view of this house's entrance, and just ask them in turn. Did you see anyone coming or going?
Okay. It's right. What you get, for the most part, is one of the following 2. Either you get chap chap chap, no answer, or you get chap chap chap, open door. Who the hell are you? Slam door.
Then I boot the door open. That is no way to treat a guest.
You're not a guest.
Your neighbor has been killed. So instead of acting guilty, I need you to tell me who has come and gone.
Well, Milos has been killed.
The maid opposite.
Oh, the Magellans. Ah, well.
So you will tell me
Fancy
who
a
has
sausage?
come and gone. Sure?
I'm not long up. I'll work the night shift.
Okay. Have you seen people come and go?
Well, yeah, it's tail day.
To that house?
Oh, God, no. I'm not long up, me. Tell you should talk to. Just down, you know, next bit one to me. Tamworth. Cyrus Tamworth. He's a nosy old bugger.
But thank you very much for sausage. And I'll head out and go to Tamworth.
Okay. And we appear to have lost Jenny completely.
I can't hear anything, so she did say be right back. Not sure why. So,
Yes.
you are Tamworth Cyrus.
Yes. Words to that effect, yes.
Yes. I need to ask you a question. Your neighbor is dead, and I need help to find out why and who. Did you see people go to that house?
Come in. Come in.
I did.
Right. Tea?
Thank you.
World always looks better with a cup of tea. I did see one person. Yeah. Good looking young man. You know, blonde hair, heavy built. Nice threads on him though. Sorry, I'm very out of practice with my looking. I used to be city watch here, you know.
Very good. The tea tastes good. So, this man, he was dressed well, well built, blonde hair. Did he look nobly dressed or not?
He did. I tell you, what caught my eye was his cloak.
About the cloak.
Well, it was the insignia on it. It was it was a griffin, wings outstretched, on a blue background.
Very distinctive, thank you. Do you know where such a logo would be from or known of?
Oh, you probably got scribes in the city that'll be able to tell you that.
Very good, I go to scribe. So, thank you for tea.
Welcome.
Why did you put cow's milk in it?
Well, I put a woman's milk in it, but I just don't have one at two hands. So you know, milk the cow's even better.
Very ethnic taste. Thank you. And I'll leave.
Right, and I will go back to Joseph and Denzel at this point. Are you heading? You're heading to the north, aren't you? Right. In fact, what I will do then is, as you're heading out of the door, Becky, you see your two compatriots walking up the street.
Hello.
Hello.
You catch me up. Good.
Just coming to find you.
Oh.
Mage is dead.
Really?
Killed by heavy-built blonde hair with nice clothes with cloak with insignia of griffin with outstretched wings on blue background. Now we go to scribe.
Wow.
Right.
Come catch up.
Perhaps someone in the house would know. We might be able to find a book or a heraldry book or something in the house. I don't know where the scribe would be.
Go to a nicer part of town and find a scribe. It's easy. Ask.
Okay, well, yes, we can go to a scribe.
Okay.
Okay. So you're heading heading back. You assume that the scribes, I mean, there's plenty of colleges and churches and so on. So I mean, finding a scribe or a historian or someone with heraldic training shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, that's my thinking. I mean, like, if in a town where they have scribes, then it's a trade, isn't it?
Or can we just stop a passerby and ask directions, or?
Yeah, I start asking people.
Yeah, there's plenty of colleges. There's, if you're looking for sort of historians and so on, there are priests. There's academics in the universities. They give you lots of options.
Where's the nearest one?
There's a local university or library.
Yeah, we'll go there.
Okay. And if everyone's wondering what I'm doing, I'm rolling my d20 until it comes up with a really high number. Because that's the one I'm going to use. Yes, secrets of being a GM, number 1. Keep rolling till you get the answer you want. Right. You reach the library. Lots of... One would definitely say studious types. There are a couple of people with priestly robes on. You see a few people sort of taking books off shelves and putting them back and making sure they're the right way up, and a couple of them are dusting them down.
Mm-hmm.
You see one young lady behind a desk.
Okay.
So I'll go up and ask her, where can we find out about heraldry, the coat of arms?
That would be the herald section.
Where is that?
Yes, down 2 rows and 3 over. You'll find you'll find several volumes on heraldic coats of arms and so on, or you can look in each individual family if you know the family name, and they will give you the crest of the family straight away.
Well, we're looking for a griffin with its wings outstretched on a blue background. Does that mean anything to you?
Nope. Nope. Although it's Heraldry really isn't my strong suit.
Okay, thank you.
Couple of rows back. 3 over. Can't miss them. It's full of emblems.
I'm sure. I follow Joseph round these 2 rows.
We reach the section and pull the first book off we see, I suppose, and see what it says when we open it up. See if it's just the type of thing we're looking for.
Yeah, it's you realise that the volumes are arranged in family order, alphabetically, rather than a sort of detailed view of crests. Realistically, if you're going through these books, that's why it's in several volumes. You would have to sort of go through each volume until you found the one you were looking for. There doesn't seem to be actually one, that has a description of a crest in particular and says, go see that family.
Does there seem to be, is there any scribe or any person that works here in this section or near this section?
You can see one a couple of rows over is putting books away.
Probably ask him for help then.
Okay.
Excuse me. Do you know about heraldry? We're looking for a crest.
Oh, Norden. He's up on the second floor. He's your man.
Okay. So can we see him from here, or?
The scribe sort of points him out. You can see a sort of small, sort of balding man, hunched over a desk, in a little alcove.
Okay, I think we'd go and see him then.
He's probably your best. Yeah, does a lot of history.
Mm-hmm. So we'll approach him and inquire and ask him for help.
Okay. It's really bad manners to disturb someone when they're reading.
Oh, very sorry, but we desperately need your help.
Oh, really?
There has been a murder.
Oh.
3 murders.
3 murders. Exactly. Your information could prove incredibly useful, sir. I think
really?
that is worth taking your head out of your books for 5 minutes.
Absolutely, yes. Helpful to the community, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, how can I help you?
We're looking for a crest. Eagles outstretched in a blue background.
Griffin.
A griffin, sorry.
Ooh. Hang on a moment. That brings. You see him walk away, head back down the 2 rows, the 2 flights, and heads to the section where you were at. Picks out a book, has a quick flick through it.
It's the family aardvark.
And he's like, that brings the book, and you notice that there's no real spring in his step. He's just quite happily sauntering.
Oh, come on, man. What's to do?
He heads back up. Says, yes, yes, there you go. Griffin, wings outstretched, blue background, you say?
Yes.
Yes. Ooh. Yes. One of the more interesting parts of our history.
Yes, what is it?
The Tassler family crest. That's rather interesting. That's very interesting.
What is?
Well, the Tassler family crest hasn't been in use since some 60 odd years. The last known member of the Tassler family was last seen crossing the border to Kern.
60 years.
Never seen again.
Kern was one of the places to have interest.
Yeah.
No, it's we never see anyone using the crest. There's no families ever used it since, as far as I'm aware. Interesting. And you say you saw this?
Yes. Well, no. Witness.
And the witness is reliable?
Former member of Watch.
But is he reliable?
A former member of your city watch.
Yes. Well, if what he says is true, then yes, it's all a bit of a mystery, really.
Do you know why he went to Kern?
No. Something about leaving an ignominy, but a bit before my time.
But we can take this information to our Lord and Tatler and might prompt a new path for us. Their knowledge of the families and relations with Kern will be better than the scribes.
Perhaps I wonder if anyone at the house has any dealings with that family.
This is what I just said. Why does no one listen?
So miles away then. Think about
Yes.
something else.
We should go back and report this.
Okay. So where are you heading from here?
Back to the
Back to the mansion, yeah.
Back to the mansion. Okay. Doesn't take you too long to get there. Are you still? Are you knocking the door before entering? Or are you just walking straight in?
Yeah, I don't think we.
I don't know, we should knock, yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't just walk in there.
No. Can't possibly get Simmons all worked up.
Simmons opens the door.
Ah, hello, Simmons. We have returned with more information.
We must
Master Callum, your musicians have returned.
Again, the musicians.
Come in, come in, come in. He kind of looks at this point. He actually takes a look at what you're actually carrying. Denzel. He sees the weaponry and he's "You'll make music from those? That's rather extraordinary."
Oh yes, many can cause swords to sing.
Okay, Callum sort of immediately greets you. Any news?
Somewhat, but the plot seems to thicken.
You can see sort of hope in his eyes.
We have some more bad news for you, I'm afraid. The maid is dead.
And her family. So, no recompense to pay, which is a plus. They were killed by a member of the family Tassler, which left the city 60 years ago and went to Kern. The person we are looking for is heavy-built, blonde hair, nice clothes with cloak with insignia of griffin with outstretched wings on blue background. And they are a family Tassler in Kern. So, why does Kern want your box, and where will they take it?
I need a moment. You can see his legs start to buckle as he sort of leans against the wall. A rather older man now appears, quickens his step to sort of get to Callum. My son, come. You are the investigators?
I am horse rider. I muck stables.
Investigator would certainly be the closest occupation we have been called. We are not minstrels or musicians. We are bounty hunters, horse riders, healers.
I think Rod is frozen.
No, I'm here.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was looking for the name that I needed. My name is Marcus DL. I am Callum's father.
A pleasure to meet you, Marcus.
Come.
We are sorry to bring you such bad news, I'm afraid. It's simply what has unfolded.
It is a disgraceful business. You have any leads? Anything?
Yes.
Something a bit strange.
Heavy built, blonde hair, nice clothes with cloak with insignia of glitter with outstretched wings of blue background.
I'm gonna get that as a fucking soundbite.
Someone make a meme.
It's gonna be a
Not so much the first one, because every other time I've cracked up before the end.
You can want it on a t-shirt.
That's gonna be a meme. Right, game face. That's not an insignia I recognise.
Well, has your family had any dealings with the Tassler family in the past?
Tasslers?
Yes.
He moved to Kern 60 years ago.
My word. I remember tales. I remember my father mentioning a Tassler. Something about a disgraceful traitor, I think he called them. But I'm not. Maybe it meant someone else. It just the name rings a bell. But that's all you have. An insignia of. He turns now to Callum and said, "Look, we could give the investigators more time. We could stall the wedding. No. No, the wedding goes ahead. Father, I must. I this business will be sorted. I have faith in these three. I place my life and my future in their hands.
Oh, good.
I believe that they will. They will deliver the music box back to me.
Well, we will do our best, but as your father indicates, time is limited.
At this point, another gentleman enters the room. I assume you are the. Yes. My name is Matthias Sylvan. I am the. Well, this is my home.
Nice to meet you.
This is a terrible business. Is there anything we can do?
Tell us about family Tesla who moved to Kern.
Tasslers. Not a name I'm familiar with. Not a name I'm no. I mean, if it moved to Kern, you would think that we would know something. Given how close Verdonen is to the border, but it's not a name. Not a name I know. I'm sorry.
And were you present last night at the dinner party, sir?
Myself? Well, yes, I was the host.
Because there was something odd that appeared to occur, and we just want to piece it together. You understand? I hear from Callum that you invited him down to have a pipe with you. This would be after 10 o'clock.
Yes, I mean, I did. The truth is that I rarely get to see my cousin. I live here in Aldis. My cousin lives in Verdonen, and we rarely see each other. I had hoped for good conversation during the party. However, we had a few guests, and it really wasn't the best opportunity to just have a nice conversation with my cousin. So I invited him. I said after his bath that he should come down and we could smoke a pipe and have a good talk.
And did he show you the box?
Yes, he showed me that at dinner before the main guests arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Was beautiful. I do hope you can recover it.
Well, we are trying.
Yeah, we hope so as well.
It is absolutely beautiful. The carving is truly immaculate.
So are you aware of anyone that would want to steal it, apart from just its value?
There are, of course, those within the city who would definitely want to steal it for its monetary value. But then again, I suppose there might be people who might want to stop the wedding. But I honestly can't understand why anyone would. Apart from just pure spite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why would you want to stop? Jonas and Callum they were friends for years before they gave into their love for each other and actually moved on as a relationship. I mean, it's a classic and epic love story. I mean, why would anyone want to stop such a thing?
Can I sense if he's being honest about this, or is he covering anything up?
What are you using?
I don't know. What does sense motive or notice or yes?
It would be sense motive if you were going for any.
Okay. Would you want me to roll that or?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's a roller.
That's a 14. If I use the sense motive bonus, do you or? Yeah, it's 14 then.
Plus the controlling.
Oh right, plus that one. Okay, so
yeah.
it's wisdom, which is what's it? 14, so 17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds pretty genuine.
Okay.
I mean, maybe a tad over eager, really selling the concern, but it certainly sounds genuine. A little, it just sounds a little fawning, but it sounds pretty genuine. My fear is that it has been stolen by the Silence, and that they will attempt to sell it on the black market.
Okay.
If I knew such people, I would be tempted to front the money. But
no. It has been stolen by heavy-built, blonde-haired, nice clothes with cloak with insignia of griffin with outstretched wings on blue background.
I tell you, right, this game doesn't use experience points, right? But I will get you to second level quicker if you manage to get that meme out without breaking up.
I'll try.
I am prepared to do that for you. I will make a point of noting the fact that you managed to get that whole sentence out in one accent without breaking up.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see.
and that's actually that promise has now been filmed for all to see. So I can't go back in it now.
You've seen Jenny's memed it already.
Okay, I'll get to that once.
I can only claim it for an hour though, so I don't know if it's actually like public or whatever. But yeah, it's out there.
Perfect. Perfect. Right. What you guys doing?
Well, yeah, to be honest, I'm a bit stuck.
Yeah, we didn't get the lead I was hoping for here.
Apart from the silence. I mean, how
You-
much would I have obtained if I was investigating it already, Ronnie? Since that wasn't really addressed.
Give me a gather information roll, actually. Just give me a straight up roll.
So no bonuses.
Well, along with your
Sorry.
gather information, you know, just give me a straight roll.
Okay, that's 11.
That's not good.
That's
don't you
not-
get to add your bonus as well?
Yeah, that is a bonus.
Like the,
Well, you've got gather information as a
Yes.
skill, right? So
Yeah.
that's 4.
Oh! Okay, so 13 plus 2 then is 15.
50. Okay, that makes a lot. Yeah. I reckon you've got some contacts. You know a couple of. I don't want to say the seedier bars because they really don't exist in Aldis, but there's a couple of places that you reckon you might you've sort of not made contact so much, but you've kind of followed a couple of people and you're fairly certain that maybe, you know, if they're not members, you know, they might know who is, you know, they may have their finger on the pulse of things. But I mean, you've only been here for a few days, so it's not been, which has to be said, you've probably gotten more information about the silence than most watchmen just doing their rounds do.
Okay, well, that's a start. I don't particularly want to just go in there and ask them things. If they are as notorious as people say they are.
They're certainly they're certainly they can be single-minded when they're dealing with people who get, you know, stick their nose in.
I could send them a message, get one of them to meet me somewhere public. Try and negotiate with them. Keep things civil.
You would do that for me? Says Callum.
If we are involving the silence in this, it's risky no matter what we do. But you want the music box, it is yours. We have been asked to retrieve it.
I do not know what reward you are receiving for your endeavors. Know that whatever it is, I will add to it in kind for its retrieval.
Thank you.
Well, that's very generous. Thank you very much.
All right, folks, I just doubled your interest. And yes, that does mean that I've just doubled the danger. Hey.
So the rest of you happy to send? The rest of you happy that I send the silence some kind of method of communication?
Yeah. The only thing I was worried about was if this isn't the right lead, then that box could be heading even further out of our grasp northwards.
Perhaps you two could investigate while I am in my appointment.
If you are to meet dangerous people, should we not be there with you?
Mm.
I would insist that only one of them came, and I would meet them in a public place.
So
tavern,
we will
for
be
example.
public.
Yes, that's a very good point Arslan has there.
Oh, you listened.
Listen, this time.
Yes, we would be in public.
But
I would rather someone attack me in public than private.
But these are criminals. You can't trust them. If they'll say they'll come by themselves, but you can't trust them.
They don't know who I am.
We will be on adjacent table.
Okay.
Right, so what are your actions?
Well, I am probably going to write a brief letter, and if I know a location, I would get someone to carry it there
There is
or leave it somewhere.
yeah, there is a bar called the Gilded Swan.
Okay.
You reckon the owner? You don't think you're fairly certain he's not a member, but he's possibly a middleman. You know, someone who can get in touch with people.
All right. In that case, I write a fairly brief letter, not really explaining very much. I don't mention the box.
Okay.
Just simply summoning one of them, and it must be one, to the Gilded Swan. I suppose it'd be tomorrow by now.
I mean, it's about 4 o'clock now. 4 in the afternoon.
I would be more comfortable seeing this man in the morning tomorrow.
Okay.
And I present the barman a letter with 2 gold pieces for him.
Okay.
And say, please take this to your contacts.
Are you taking the letter yourself, or are you having it delivered for you?
To the barman, I deliver myself.
Deliver it yourself?
Yeah.
And if they reply, where should I send the reply?
Send it to my own name, but
Okay.
the bar area rather than the specific room.
Righty-ho. Okay. Right. I'm therefore going to, unless Becky, Phil, do you have anything specifically you want to do for the next couple of hours?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to go back up to the north of the city from the maid's house and ask people on the street if they have seen a heavy-built blonde hair, nice clothes with cloak with insignia of glitter with outstretched wings on blue background.
Well done. But did you read the meme?
I did actually, because it's scrolled off my notes now. So.
Awesome.
And it was pretty much in a full accent. Well done. We will bear that in mind. Right. No one remembers seeing them. Most of them you see that are sort of heading back from the centre of town. You reckon, they get like baskets of shopping and a few sacks of, various fruit and veg.
Yeah, but basically I try to canvass and see if I can at least get a heading or something and see if somebody spotted the person, but obviously I failed, so.
The only heading you get actually Are you going to talk to the one witness you did have?
Yeah. I'll go back and talk to him, see if he's got any more.
Okay. Yeah, he. When you ask about direction, you say that he did head towards the east of the city. Where he went from there, obviously, is anyone's business, because once he's out of a window's view, he's not exactly going to be seen. But he was heading in a. If he kept going the way he was going, he would head to the sort of eastern end of the city, possibly the northeast end of the city.
Okay. And I recommend yak milk. Much better.
I'll bear that in mind.
Okay. Obviously not gonna canvas or have any luck finding him in the east of the city, but as Jenny's character name is
Denzel.
forgotten. Denzel. As Denzel doesn't want to meet these people till the morning, I might just spend a little time before I go to bed that night just riding around the east of the city just to get a feel for it, for the area before going to bed.
Okay, I am deliberately getting the little map of the area, such as it is. Right, so the east of the city, when you start sort of talking about the east of the city, you're actually talking about essentially where the water is, because Lake Vash sort of is on the sort of eastern side of the city.
Okay.
So it's where the main sort of harbour and shipping is.
Does that lake sort of lead boat traffic up north?
I'm looking for the main map now. I'm sort of ripping between two bits now. In and of itself, no. I mean, there's river tributaries that I suppose you could certainly find yourself getting out into the Western Ocean. But it's merely sort of river tributaries. You can maybe get a boat up them, but certainly not a ship.
You wouldn't get back to Kern that way, no?
Not by boat alone.
Okay.
I mean, you could get into what's called the sort of main plains, and then you're pretty much looking at either walking or taking, a horse or some sort of transport, land transport. Realistically.
Okay. Alright, and then I guess I'll just meet at this bar in the morning, or at least myself and Joseph do, but
Okay.
we obviously don't speak to Denzel.
Joseph, anything you're doing?
I don't think so at the moment, no.
Okay, so I'm allow you to sleep. I'm going to assume. Well, the only thing that I'm going to say, Denzel, is a couple hours later you do receive a letter saying simply 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. You seem to like 10 o'clock.
It's nice and early.
Alright, in that case I got an early night.
Okay, what time are you getting up?
7 to 8 o'clock.
Okay, it's now Hearth Day, which is the equivalent of a Sunday. So it's fairly quiet all out. Are you all meeting up at a designated point, or?
No, well, Joseph and I are going to meet up and just go to that pub.
Yeah, I think we
So we're not actually
Yeah.
going to talk to.
Yeah, definitely.
possibly
Oh,
plan to be there first as well.
Yeah.
Okay. It is open, but it's only selling wine.
May I recommend yak's milk?
Don't see many yaks around here, I don't think.
Becky's going for her second meme of the evening.
I'm on it.
Slightly easier one than the last one. Not quite the long paragraph. I recommend yak's milk is a little more pithy. Yeah, there's a few people there.
Can we get food?
You can get muesli. No one's cooking, it's Hearth Day. It's basically you're getting muesli or you're getting fruit. And you're getting wine because no one's going to be changing beer kegs. So they're not going to be serving any beer in case they run out on Hearth Day because no one's going to work and change the. So they're basically giving you bottles of wine. Okay, that was very, very long.
Yeah, I may have done that wrong.
There's a few people there. You notice. You notice the few humans. There's you can see in a couple there in the corner. There's a couple of Vataan, and you can see one of the night people sitting in another corner. You, Joseph, would recognize a night person on sight. Coming from Cairn as you do. He definitely looks like he's just, trying to sit there and finish his wine, and he doesn't seem to be socializing with anyone.
Okay.
Jenny, you now enter.
Okay.
I will say Denzel, you now enter.
Okay, so I just assume that the two are there. I don't look around for them. I look around for anyone who may be expecting me.
You get that whole Western saloon thing going on as you walk in.
Yeah.
Most people turn back to their drink or their food. Apart from one of your fellow Vataan who move over to the table.
Okay.
You notice, however, that the barman seems to have sort of nodded to him just prior.
All right. In that case, I go up to this Vataan and I sort of keep my hands very much away from my weapons, and I sit down at the table that he approaches.
Okay. He sits down. Gestures for you to sit as well.
Yeah, I do so.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So, you wished a meeting?
Yes, I did.
I must admit, I was curious, and we seem to have lost Becky.
Yes, we have.
I was curious. How may I be of assistance to you?
We're both curious gentlemen.
Indeed.
Well, quite simply, I know of you, and I have been looking into you for some time, getting a gist of what you do. As you can probably tell, I am not one for your line of work, and I do not agree with your line of work. But I do not wish to be hostile, I just simply wish to negotiate.
An interesting tactic. Is your wit and diplomatic skill as edgy and as sharp as your sword blade?
We shall see. But in the meantime, I wondered if you had come across something. You see, as you know, the summer solstice is almost upon us, and I'm sure that your line of work gets busier around this time.
It's certainly a peak time of year. Depending, of course, on what line of work you feel that I'm in.
Well, in my opinion, an unjust one.
You cut me to the quick, sir. But still, I am intrigued. Do go on.
I am here on behalf of someone who wishes to retrieve something that's been stolen from them. Most unfortunate.
And what exactly has been stolen?
A box of rather distinguishable characteristics.
Tell me.
Well, there are symbols on it, designs. It is silver, and it plays music, in fact. Now, what I am curious about is why on earth you and your colleagues would want such a thing. Surely a music box is a mere trinket to you.
You can see the colour sort of fading. I mean, the fact that he's pale-skinned, you can see the colour fading, his eyes widening. I say this now, and I will never repeat it, nor will I confirm it, should you bring anyone else to my attention and claim that I said it. We are aware of the music box. We did not steal it.
Then who did?
We do not know who. We do know that it is currently heading home.
Heading home. Heading south? Heading north? Where?
Home, my good friend. Home where it was made. Home where its owner came from. Home. Verdownen. Now, if you'll excuse me, I believe that concludes our business.
Seemingly as there's no more business on the table.
Go on.
Well, all I meant was, you say that you have not got it. It is going home.
We were contacted to procure the item. But let's just say that those who wished it stolen would not pay our fee.
Do you know who they hired instead when they found out that you were not in agreement?
No.
And are you able to give me a name?
We don't deal in names, only purses.
Then whose purse wished for you to steal this music box?
All they said was, steal it and have it transported back to Verdownen. I assume if it has been stolen, then it is in transport.
Well, for your sake, I certainly hope that we can catch it in time.
For your sake, I hope so too. I do appreciate a man of your directness.
Then it has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine, I assure you, my lord. You see the sort of slight smirk and a twinkle in his eye as he gets up. He bows slightly before you and heads back to where his friend was. Motions him, and they head out to the back of the inn.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to head out of the inn and head straight back to my own, hoping that the other two would know where I've gone.
Okay. Right, you two guys have noticed this, that the discussion is now over and that Denzel is leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we go back to the, well, I would have thought manor house, but he's not going that way.
No, he seems to be heading back to. That's where he was lodging on the first day that
Yeah.
we went to pick up his stuff.
Oh. Okay. So I guess you got no leads then.
Did you see that night person in there? They came from Kern.
Didn't you come from Kern?
Yes, I do. But night people, they're servants of the Lich King. There's very few of them left outside of Kern.
Lich King. That's sounding slightly terrifying.
It is, I can assure you. But he's in charge of Kern, and he uses night people a lot. And they are labourers, soldiers, created by the sorcerers in the past for slaves and servants. But it seems very convenient that we're chasing someone down that might be going north, and there's a night person in the inn we're meeting in.
Are you being perhaps a little bit racist?
Certainly not. Certainly not. But if there is a tie-in with Kern,
Okay, we should follow Denson.
okay.
Find out what he learned.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Denzel, you get back to your lodgings. Are you heading straight to your room, or are you loitering in the bar?
No, I'm going to loiter in the bar.
Okay. About 5 minutes later, Arslan and Joseph enter the inn.
Good. I was worried you would not know where I'd gone.
We worked it out.
Didn't I followed you?
Did you hear what went on?
Really, no, because I crashed, but I got the end of it.
Well, they do not have it. It turns out that someone had hired them to steal it, but let's say the payment wasn't high enough, so they hired someone else. But apparently they were charged to steal it and then take it back to the dome.
Do you trust him?
Where it was made. I don't know. He had a funny twinkle in his eye.
Where it was made, we should find out more about the origin of this box. The box with music.
But when I mentioned the box, he seemed to go very, very pale. This is not just something that plays music, I think.
Oh.
Either that, or it has very royal ties, perhaps, important ties.
So you think the box could be something more than just a music box?
Yes. The way his face changed, definitely.
And on that sort of moment, we will call a halt to this first session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, yes.
Thank you, Roni.
Thank you. Roni?
Rooney?
What did I say, Roni?
I don't know.
Rooney? Well, it's better.
Ronnie.
My friend, I was talking to.
I work with a Roni and Ronnie, and just go.
I talked to I was talking to my Sam H key worker today, and I was saying that one of my friends from ages ago, she misspelt my name with 2 O's and an N rather than 1 O and 2 N's, and so she kept just calling me Rooney. For years, it was just the nickname she had for me was Rooney, and it kind of stuck.
I
clearly have had not yak's milk.
Indeed not.
Perhaps it's gone off a bit.
So anyway, I'm going to stop this broadcast. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all very soon for session 2 of the Serenade in Silver. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.